Well, hi folks, 15th of March now. My heat treated onion sets have arrived, so it's time to get them in. I'm going to be putting them in there. I'm going to put 6 rows in. I've got about 200 onion sets. Got a red variety, an early variety, and a sort of main crop variety. These will grow onto, you know, main crop, but they just mature a bit earlier, so you can actually get onions out eating size about July, early July, so that's quite good. So I'll just show you how I do it. First of all, what I've done, I've just put 2 ounces of blood fish and bone on this year. If you remember last year I did a trial where I put 4 ounces of blood fish and bone on this half and 0 on that half. 0 was quite a lot smaller than these were a little bit too big, so I've split the difference and I've put 2 ounces on a square yard. So we'll see how they turn out this year. I don't want massive bulbs. I always seem to get really big bulbs because they don't store as well as medium ones. So we'll get on and we'll see how we get on with this just 2 ounces of blood fish and bone. So we'll get on and get these onion sets planted, show you how easy that is. As you can see, I've got a tape measure down because it acts as like a straight edge and a measuring thing. So what I'm going to do with these, as you do with all onion sets, is they've got a blunt end where the roots grow out and a pointy end, that's where the leaves grow out, and you want to be just pushing these in just so the little tips just sticking out of the ground. So some people say just plant them halfway, but I just plant them up to there like that. So like I said, these are heat treated sets, which means that they've gone through a procedure where they've been kept in about 70 odd degrees Fahrenheit for about 8 weeks, which is supposed to, like I say supposed to kill the embryonic flower inside the set, so they shouldn't go to seed. Now last year I did have a few red ones go to seed, but none of these sort went to seed. So they do cost a little bit more. They work out about 5p an onion, these, so it's still peanuts. So, but it does virtually guarantee you're not going to get any going to seed. So I'll just show you how easy it is and how quick it is. So I'm going to be planting these out every 5 inches. I'm going to try a 5-inch job this year instead of every 6 inches, just a slight change, and again just pushing them in so that just so the tips coming out. Let's have a look. I'm doing it in 5s, aren't I? So we'll start off at a 30. So there, just pushing it in like that every 5 inches, just so the tips coming out. Now you can have a problem with birds pulling your seeds out, pulling the sets out before they've actually set root. So what I'm going to do after this is I'm going to put some mesh over the top. I don't think they eat them, I think they're just curious, so they just pull them out just as a thing. So if you get ones that have started to sprout or a little bit mushy like that one is, don't plant those. There's no point, you always get more than you need. So just stick with the nice fresh ones and you should be good to go. So I'm just going to continue every 5 inches. Now I've got these steps I can get across to me other bits. So every 5 inches, that's 100, 95. So you can see it's very quick to do, quite idiot proof, and that's really all you need to worry about. So we'll get all the rest in. I've got whatever I've got left, I'll keep a few for spare, and then I might just put a row in of a lot of them really close together, just to get a big row of very small onions.
All I
Right folks, that's that. 6 rows in, probably got about, how many are there in a row? About 22 in a row, so 130 onions. Should be more than that really, considering there was supposed to be 70 in a pack, but yeah. So the main thing now is, if you can see, the birds for some reason like to fiddle about with them, pull them out, blackbirds especially, just out of curiosity. I think they probably think there's a little worm sticking out when there's a little top sticking out of the top. So what I need to do now, just to protect them from that until they get the roots fixed into the soil, is to get some meshing on, some nets on of any description, until they start to sprout, and then we should be good to go. Right then, like I said, it's just a matter of covering them up now with a few bits of old mesh. This is old greenhouse stuff. It looks a bit untidy, but I'm not really bothered as long as it keeps the birds from pecking them off until they're well and truly established. Oh, use any old things, it doesn't matter. Bits of chicken wire. Got this big lump here, this should cover most of one of these sides. That'll get 3 rows. And as soon as I see some sprouts coming out, then I'll know that they've started rooting, and we should be good to go. So that's all I've got. I can probably cobble together some other bits, but at the moment I'll just find some other bits of stuff, put them on, and the job should be a good one. Right then folks, that's that all covered up now. Looks a bit untidy, but it's only to serve a purpose until they start to sprout. So that should be pretty much bird proof now. So that's about, what, 120 odd onions planted. Not actually got that many left now. It's only about a dozen of each left. So I'll keep those back just as spares in case we get any misfires, and then once I can see which ones are firing, then I'll just plant all these really close together to get a bit of a smaller crop. So that's it folks, first bit of onion planting this year. 120 odd onion sets. That's about it folks. See you later.